Krishna. Welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is about the recent gas leak incident that happened in Visakhapatnam, the coastal city of Andhra Pradesh. This killed almost 12 people and hospitalized more than 1,000 people. This happened at the LG Polymers plant near Visakhapatnam, which was just 5 kilometers away from the Vizag airport. This happened at the early stage of the day, around 3 a.m. when many people were sleeping. Some of them did not understand what was happening to them. Some of them thought, could this be COVID-19? The LG Polymers is a South Korean company that produces plastic using certain raw material. And one of these is the gas called styrene. The styrene was the harmful gas that was released by that factory. The styrene is a liquid hydrocarbon, and which is odorless, colorless, and a flammable liquid. It is also very unstable, so it can change into gas to liquid and liquid to gas very easily. And also, the styrene is a very harmful chemical, and which is once released into the environment can spread rapidly and is extremely toxic. The styrene is used in the production of glass fiber, rubber, plastic industries and other industries, which is also produced by the cigarette smoke and also the smoke that comes out of the exhaust fumes of a vehicle. The styrene is used on also a few items like food containers and pipes, toys, packaging, luggaging, etc. But what happens when a person actually inhales this gas? When a person inhales the styrene gas, they can get long-term or short-term effects, and also the first thing they experience is irritation in the upper respiratory system and also a burning sensation in the chest, which later turns into tightness of the chest. If no respiratory support is available, the person would soon slip into coma because of the lack of oxygen, which is called hypoxia, and also this has a major effect in the gastrointestinal tract and the kidneys. Too much inhalation of this gas is not at all good. But for the lucky few who survive, they can have symptoms like neurological, cardiac, and also genetic impacts. And then the person would also face many other severe symptoms, and he can also develop cancer later in his life. So this was a really harmful chemical that was released by that factory. But this is not the only time such a gas leak incident has happened. It has happened many times in the past. For example, the Bhopal gas tragedy. It happened in 1984 and it killed 3,787 people because the methyl isocyanate gas leaked. 20 people were hospitalized because the chlorine gas leaked in Pune back in 2011. And also 6 people were dead, and then more than 30 were hospitalized because a dangerous gas leaked in Chhattisgarh near the Bhilai steel plant. And also the ammonia gas leaked, which caused 14 people to be hospitalized in Mumbai near the Ratnagiri steel plant. And also, what I'm trying to tell you is that we need to learn from the past. We need to implement the lessons we have learned in the past now in the present, and the lesson we have learned in the present, we need to implement them in the future so that we can prevent this kind of incident from happening ever again. But just in case if this happens ever again, a few things have to be done instantly. Like, the victim needs to be recognized and then should be compensated immediately without delay. The liabilities of the company must be established. We also need to make sure that the place is safe enough for the people to inhabit it again, because once the gas is in the air, it is not that easy to neutralize it again. But we need to hope for the best, because Vizag is a little lucky because it is located near the sea. and from which most of the pollutants would be washed away. We also need to monitor that the gas has not traveled to the other parts of the city, and also people should be informed the route of the gas and also the level it is in the air, which means all precautions must be taken by the Pollution Control Board. And also we heard that this incident happened when the factory was reopening. So the factory owners must really take care, and also they should call the experts before they restart the whole factory again. Then the leakage detectors must be working properly. In this case, we heard that the leakage detectors were not working. Storage tanks that store these kinds of hazardous chemicals must be looked after very carefully and should be maintained at the right temperature. And also safety audits, vigilance, regular monitoring and inspections must be done properly in the proper manner for these kinds of hazardous industries. And also, to make sure this doesn't happen again, prepared mechanism should be ready just in case if it happens ever in future. Because in this case we heard that the styrene neutralizer was bought from Pune and Daman because of the urgency in special aircrafts. So prepared mechanism needs to be ready for future purposes. And also we need to make sure that these kinds of hazardous industries are located far away from human settlements and are handled with safety measures. And also the industries must conduct their operations like the environment protection and the health of the people that work in the factories and that live around the factories, that live near the factories. And then also to make sure this doesn't happen again. And in this case, 3 kinds of acts are applicable, which are the Environment Protection Act from 1987 and the Hazardous Chemicals Rule Act from 1989, and also the last one, which is the Public Liability and the Insurance Act from 1991. According to the third one, the Public Liability and the Insurance Act, factory owners must already be paying the insurance because of the act. And also now because of the gas leak, this insurance money is going to be distributed among the victims because of the health issues that they have. And also the government should also focus on the people and the victims who have long-term health issues because of this gas leak incident, and also give them the money. To make sure this doesn't happen again. And also all precautions must be taken with and are handled with safety measures to make sure this doesn't happen ever again. And also because we don't want India to sit on top of a chemical bomb. Thank you. Until next time, I'm Radhya. I'll see you in the next video. And stay tuned for more videos by subscribing my channel.